Welcome, beautiful Paris Saint Germain family. We've had some discussions and conversations about Chevalier, but in today's video, I wanted to detailedly go into and answer the question: how bad has Lucas Chevalier really been in his debut season at Paris Saint Germain so far? Let's take a look. So, I'm going to be comparing Lucas Chevalier to some seasons, Donnarumma and Chevalier seasons. Goals conceded per 90, 1.06 from Chevalier this season, 1.05 from Gianluigi Donnarumma last season. As everyone knows, Chevalier won the league and goalkeeper of the year ahead of Gianluigi Donnarumma. Donnarumma basically mostly stepped up in the UEFA Champions League knockout stages. But as you can see, goals conceded per 90, still similar. Shots on target per 90, Donnarumma faced more shots last season than Chevalier has been facing so far this season. And this is post-shot expected goals or something. Basically, you want to be plus. You want to be zero. You want to be above. This means this is not a good stat. So Chevalier is minus 2.1. Donnarumma last season, surprisingly, minus 1.1. But now we'll take a look at some different comparisons. Take a look at Donnarumma in the season before, the 23-24 season, where Donnarumma was even better in all competitions, especially in Ligue 1. Only conceding 0.92 goals a game, and despite having 4.36 shots against per 90. And here we can see the PSG numbers completely different. Minus 2.1 for Lucas Chevalier, plus 10.2 for Gianluigi Donnarumma. That's an extremely impressive number there from Gianluigi Donnarumma. But now we come more to Chevalier. We'll take a look at Chevalier compared to Chevalier last season. Goals conceded per 90. He's actually conceded less goals so far this season. Shots on target, he faced nearly more than one shot on target per 90 more than last season. But the PSG once again minus 2.1 this season, plus 9.6 last season from Lucas Chevalier. Taking a look at even the previous season at Lille, conceded less, got more shots on him, and a way better PSG once again here from Lucas Chevalier. And what we can clearly see is that Chevalier, comparing him to Donna all around last season, it's not that big of a difference. Comparing him to Donna in the previous season, it's a huge difference. Comparing Chevalier to Chevalier last season, it's a huge difference. Comparing him to 2 seasons ago at Lille, it's still a huge reason. What we can clearly see and take away from this is Lucas Chevalier is clearly heavily underperforming. He's not playing at the level that we had Donnarumma at in the previous seasons, and he's not playing at the level that he was playing at Lille. The pressure has definitely come to him, and this is a bad one. This is Donnarumma so far at City. Only conceded 0.58 goals per 90, 2.33 shots he's been conceding, in a plus 0.9 PSG, which just shows, we did definitely let go of the best goalkeeper in the world, but that's because we believe Lucas Chevalier can reach those heights as well. There's even these 2 reports right here. Lucas Chevalier conceded after only 3 minutes of play versus Azerbaijan, which is the quickest French goalkeepers conceded a goal since 1935. PSG has conceded 12 goals after 12 match days of Ligue 1 this season, equaling its worst defensive performance at this stage of the competition in the elite under QSI 11 in 2021-2022. So, obviously, it shouldn't all be blamed on Lucas Chevalier, but Lucas Chevalier has conceded the least amount of shots on target, in the past seasons that I remember at Paris Saint Germain. So he's definitely been one to. So now we'll take a look at the goals. There was a failed comp on Twitter of Lucas Chevalier goals he should be saving, and we'll go through all of his mistakes. Set piece here from Spurs, Romero. It heads into the box. Not a great position, but Chevalier just goes through his hands. I mean, it's genuinely sad how Lucas Chevalier didn't save this. This was his debut game, big game, UEFA Super Cup. And when I saw this mistake, I was like, you know what, it's the first game, and he had to play a big game in his first game. So I was like, the pressure and everything. And then obviously he stepped up in the penalty shootout, basically putting that behind him. But he obviously continued game after game. Here we have Strasbourg, Moreira with the ball on the right side here. Puts it, look at Lucas Chevalier. Look at Lucas Chevalier. It's like he's forgotten all the ABCs in being a goalkeeper, because he's not making some extraordinary big mistakes. I mean, he's making big mistakes, but he's making amateur mistakes. I mean, these are not tough shots. These are, shots that you want to face as a goalkeeper, because it would be easy to save them and get some confidence. Here we have the versus Lyon. Attacker comes through, and it's a 1v1, so I'm not going to be that mad at Chevalier for conceding a goal like this, but once again, it's a mistake from Lucas Chevalier, not getting down to the ground and just stepping on his foot like that. Very similar mistake to the one he made here versus Strasbourg. Look at his right foot. He just plants it, and that way when you plant it in a 90 degree, you can't get down. And he's doing this in both of these poses, Lucas Chevalier right here. Then we have the Marseille mistake. Huge game. We lost it 1-0. First defeat versus Marseille at the Velodrome in the league since like 2011. Greenwood takes a shot, gets deflected, goes into the box. Chevalier's like, I'm going to easily punch this. And it was the right decision by Chevalier to get out of it, but he completely misses the ball. And it's actually an own goal by Marquinhos right there. But look at the amount of mistakes. Look at the amount of mistakes. Like, I'm very supportive to Chevalier, but that doesn't mean I would not be honest. There's some Paris Saint Germain supporters that, you know, when players are going through bad patches and so on, they don't want to even criticize them. No, on this YouTube channel, we prop players that deserve prop, and we do criticize players that deserve criticism. I still have full faith and belief in Lucas Chevalier coming back to his best ball. It is absolutely clear that he's not been good this season. These mistakes, the stats we take a look at. Here we have some even more. Here's a long shot here from Toulouse. And once again, he just steps on his left leg, and then it's way harder getting down to the floor, and the ball goes into the net. Then we have the mistake right here versus Lille. Ethan Mbappe. Obviously, we drew this game, drop points. Once again, could potentially be blamed on Lucas Chevalier. Ethan Mbappe, look at the ball. Right in front of Chevalier, and he just lets it go in. Look at this. Right here, right next to him, and he completely misses the ball. Then we have versus Bayern München. Again, it's a 1v1 for Elise, so we're not going to blame it too much. And then Luis Diaz scores the rebound. But this has happened multiple times so far this season. Lorient have the ball on the left side. Chevalier pairs it away, and then they score from this absolute banger. You can see Chevalier pairing away the ball there, right outside of the box. The parrying of the balls are not good enough from Lucas Chevalier. And then doesn't even go diving for the ball. And then we have another one here versus Toulouse. Shots comes, and he just parries it straight to the Toulouse attacker, who's there for a simple tap-in. If this happens once, you can talk, maybe not talk about it. If it happens twice, maybe you can not talk about it. But when it's happened at least 3 times so far this season, we definitely have to mention it. So going through all the mistakes that Chevalier is consistently making, he's just reading the game wrong. Here, it's the foot problem. He's just, I don't know. His foot is too strong, 90 degrees. He can't get down on the floor. Here, he just reads the ball in a bad way and misses it. Here, once again, it's the leg. Here, it's the, I don't know, going through him. And then here, it's the parrying is just not good enough. And then we have one special Chevalier mistake from 2 different perspectives. Right here, as you can see, the Leverkusen defender heads the ball upwards. The ball is going towards our box, and our defenders are like, you know what, we'll make it hard for the attacker to get to the ball, and then Chevalier will easily come and grab it. But as you can see, Chevalier decides, I'm not going to do that. And he stays in his goal. And then Zabarny has to foul the attacker, and they get a penalty. Zabarny gets a red card, and it's all because Chevalier, again, mistiming everything, miscalculating, maybe overthinking as well. And once again, here versus Lyon, here's the opposite. He goes out way too much. Maitland-Niles is not in that dangerous of position, and the Paris Saint Germain centre-backs are recovering the run from Maitland-Niles, but he beautifully chips it over Chevalier. So we can see multiple different kinds of mistakes. It's not one kind of mistakes. It's not the ball just going through his hands. It's going through his hands. It's mistiming when to come off the line, when to not come off the line. Yeah, just a bunch of weird mistakes. And then we have some more stats right here. So this is expected goals conceded versus goals conceded. And as you can see, Chevalier has been expected to concede 13 goals this season. He's conceded 18. That 38% of goals Paris Saint Germain have conceded this season, we should not have conceded by expected metrics. And when you look at the best goalkeepers in the world, they either have a 0 or plus, which means that they're saving their team. Donnarumma last season, surprisingly, expected to concede 37 goals and conceded 48 goals. Chevalier continues like this, it will be even worse with Donnarumma having a 29% last season. This is Donnarumma 23-24, 29+%. Expected to concede 45 goals in all competitions, only conceded 38 goals. Lucas Chevalier in the previous season at Lille, 58 goals expected to concede, conceded only 49, plus 16%. And then in his 2 seasons ago at Lille. 41 goals expected to concede, 39 goals conceded in the way at Donnarumma this season so far. 8 goals expected to concede and he's conceded 7 goals. To basically summarize everything we've gone through here regarding Lucas Chevalier, it's really simple. It's really simple. You know, some players, you're trying to find the reasons or what's going on. Chevalier, it's extremely clear. His confidence. The pressure is absolutely too much for him. His French came from Lille to Paris Saint Germain. It's already a huge step up. Being a goalkeeper has immense pressure on you. And then he has to fill the boots of Gianluigi Donnarumma, the best goalkeeper in the world. And it just hasn't gone that well. And even extra stuff with the drama, with the like on Instagram for that far right party and everything. It's been a complete clown show for Chevalier so far this season. The pressure just too much for him, and he's not playing with a clear head. He's playing with way too much pressure. What we can see from his mistakes, various different mistakes, and all of them come from overthinking. He's not making the right decisions. He's making mistakes I've never seen Chevalier make. Chevalier is a goalkeeper I wanted at PSG if Donnarumma somehow left the club, because I really enjoyed Lucas Chevalier. As I mentioned before, he won the league and goalkeeper of the year ahead of Gianluigi Donnarumma last season. So I had really great hopes and expectations for Lucas Chevalier coming to Paris Saint Germain, but it just hasn't gone that well for him so far. So yeah, in today's video, I wanted just to explain in the best possible way, using stats and pictures from goals he's conceded, to explain how bad Lucas Chevalier really has been for Paris Saint Germain so far. But as I've said, I have faith and I have support because he's now playing at his level. He's underperformed. If this was Chevalier's performance, game out of the club. But it's clear this is not Chevalier's level, and Paris Saint Germain would never have signed a goalkeeper on this level. So at the moment, now we're just coming back from the international break. I really hope Chevalier can start stepping up, and I hope most Paris Saint Germain supporters, especially the French ones, start supporting Lucas Chevalier during this extremely tough time. Criticize him, yes. Be honest about his mistakes, yes. But just slandering him and say, get out of my club and get me Donna back, is extremely childish. That's been it from Boy PSG, and hopefully guys have enjoyed this video. And as usual, allez Paris.